Hello, everybody. It's Marian Bailey with the Hip Senior Podcast Book Edition. Today, we're here with Loretta Veney, who is the author of Colors Flowing from My Mind. Loretta, thank you so much for joining us.
I am so happy to be here, man. Thank you so much for having me. I love books, so this is great.
And it's always a pleasure when I get to spend time with you. I always leave feeling so inspired.
We have so much fun.
I would imagine that people reading your book feel the same way. So tell us about what Colors Flowing from My Mind is about.
Yeah, it's easy. It's a coloring book. So my mom and I designed it together when she was 89 years old, and it came out of her 90th birthday. Why would you
Wow.
want to be an author when you turn 90? And it's such a funny story. So my mom had dementia, was diagnosed in 2006, and she always loved to color. So, her top four things to do in this order: Lego. She liked word search puzzles, coloring, and then the jigsaw puzzles, which there are some really cool Alzheimer's edition, much bigger pieces and all that. So those were her four favorite things to do. Of course, what happens with this crazy disease is that they start to lose a lot of their skills. And so one of the first things I noticed with her coloring books, I bought her all kinds. I was trying to promote peace with her because sometimes as the disease progresses, they get anxiety filled too. So the coloring and the Lego, all that kept that pretty much away without medication, which was my goal. So I noticed she started to get really frustrated that she couldn't stay, like she had a hard time, the dexterity wise, staying in the little lines. And meanwhile, I had a 2, 3-year-old granddaughter who was just learning how to color. So I ended, and I'm all about, we were just talking about money and stuff earlier. And what's funny is that I'm all about not spending money unnecessarily. And so I decided sometimes if you can't find something, you make your own. So get this. So how we developed Colors Flowing from My Mind was using Microsoft Word shapes. And so I just created all of these geometric shapes that were big that she could color to her little hearts and there. And it's really cool because it's just simple. Let's see if I can do it. There they are.
There they are.
See?
Nice.
And what was really cool, and the reason why I say it's our book is because she really helped me at 89 and really in the middle to almost late stage of dementia. I did like probably 60 some designs. I printed them all out and spread them all out on this dining room table. And I let her pick her favorites. And she was looking at each one. It was so funny. Like the caregivers were all saying, she's really studying. She had a little serious look.
That is so awesome.
She finally picks the 40 or whatever's in here. And what's really funny is that she insisted we put the prints front and back. So when you turn the page, it's something on each page. She didn't want the blank page. Usually when you color, you're coloring, I want them on both. All right. And so the best part though, so we get them together and I called it an intergenerational coloring book right there.
Nice.
Because by then she and my granddaughter were coloring together. And that was very cool. And they would start on one end and the other would start on the other end and they'd meet in the middle. It was an amazing thing to watch. Interestingly, one of the best parts, one of the funniest parts about some of my presentations, because the girl helped me, there she is coloring one of the things, in the book. And so there we are. I put her picture on it because she helped.
Nice.
And during COVID, we're sitting outside and she is looking at the back of the book with her little mask over. And she stared at it for the longest time. And all of a sudden she looks at me and she says, "What are you doing on the back of my book?" Like, I wouldn't even have a book if it wasn't for me. But we rolled on the floor. That's so funny. "What are you doing on the back of my book?" And it's so exasperating.
Loretta, you know what? I absolutely love how much you light up when you talk about your mom. Anytime we've ever talked about your mom, you're just the big ball of light about it. So I absolutely love that.
It was so funny. So that's the color book. And the title, I try to always include her in the title. So the title came from her. She was, and I guess maybe I missed it early on, how frustrated she was by some of the other coloring books by then. So when she got all this open space, she seemed free. So she says, "Now the colors are just flowing from my mind." There you go. And so it became the title.
That is really awesome. I can't ask my normal question because it's something that people will be sitting down and reading and having one final thought because they'll always be working on it. But what are you seeing that they get out of this book other than the activity of coloring?
Yeah, I think there is just sort of freedom of space. I like that how big some of the areas are. And I just want them to feel the joy. And so I encourage people, a lot of times people will use it as a filler, right? Where, oh, I'm gonna go unload the dishwasher. I'll leave mom or dad. There are a lot of men that color too. So I'll leave mom or dad here at the kitchen table. Um, Coloring while I do this. And that's great. But I think sometimes you miss the beauty by doing it that way because I just had so much fun watching my granddaughter and my mom coloring together. And it's a great thing to do together. And the reason why it works because there's no order in how you color. So, a couple people can be working on it at the same time. And she really loved that. And then the other thing I would say, at least being in the room when they're doing it, is just encouraging them to keep going in terms of finishing and things like that. Because sometimes they'll say, I can't do that. And just like they encouraged us when we were little kids to come on, you can do it, you can do it, is a lot of that as well. So I think that's what we get out of it. You get the bonding, you get doing an activity together, and maybe colors will flow from everybody's mind. So that's what I hope people take away.
I will add, first of all, that I think like giving them activities to do like that, that keep them engaged and their mind neurons firing in their minds. So
Yes.
get what can also, like you said, give you a chance to empty the dishwasher or put the laundry in or just sit down and take a breath.
Right. Yeah.
Because caregiving is really hard work,
It's a great
especially when you're
self-care.
around Alzheimer's and dementia patients.
Yes.
And second of all, what I think would be a really cool thing, my daughter and I used to do this when she was younger and hoping to maybe get back into it with her, is we bought 2 of the same books, the coloring books.
Yes.
We would each say, okay, this is the picture that we're going to color this week, whatever.
Yes.
And she was a teenager by then. But so we'd say, okay, this is the one we're going to color. And then we would each color it and then see how different they were, what our likes were and stuff like that. Now,
That'd be
really great things for grandparents and grandchildren.
It is. That is a
Here, I'll do this, do
fabulous
this one,
idea.
and we'll put them up and see how similar or how different they are.
That is
And
really
so,
fabulous.
yeah, because everybody has, different tastes, different likes. They see things differently.
Do.
So I think that would be really cool. So if you're going to go buy this book, buy at least 2. If you have multiple grandchildren, buy one for each child and their grandparents or whatever, and just have them do maybe like a coloring contest or something.
That's fabulous.
Fun.
Yeah.
And then the winner wins a new set of crayons or ice cream cone or whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's perfect.
Loretta, thank you so much for making this coloring book. I love it. I love you to death. Everybody, just go buy bunches of her coloring book. All right.
Yay. Thank you
Right.
so much for having
Thanks for being with us today, Loretta.
Thank you so much.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.